Hello and welcome to my next video. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to create a constraint and in the delivery server, and then how to use those constraints in the management server, and then publish those back to delivery server. Uh, Constraints could be individual, standalone, or not depending on the project. So to create a constraint, we need a delivery server, and in the delivery server, we go to server manager, and in the server manager we go to rules. Under the rules, administer attribute and declarations, and here we can create the constraint. So whatever name you want to, like for example, I want to create a user constraint, so I say user cons, and here is the number of option available here. So you use the user attribute because you're creating user attributes, and click OK. Now here you need to define the path. So I'm going to create the RD groups, or so I just write RD group here and make sure to make it active. And this is it. OK. So that's one constraint of the user attribute is being created. And that constraint would be available in the management server, but just for to see another group, we just create another group to see if this is available. So let's say user group, and we'll choose this is as a group attribute, and as a profile we'll say, so these two of the constraints is being created. Now I want to check the use RD groups, but to test RD group I need to test some groups. So either we can use existing group or we can create new ones. So uh, the- so let's say we create a group, a new group. So for example, my test group, and okay, contain any user. Currently, we don't want to test any user. We just want to check if we can test the group. Now that's all we wanted. So we go back to delivery server. In delivery server, first we check that we have connected the delivery server. I already connected the delivery server, and I hope you know how to connect it. We just make sure that connection is working fine. So we just test the connection, and connection is successful. So I say okay. Now simply we go to project and create a one test project. So cons test, con test prj. So we don't want any archive or anything. We just don't want any folders. Just the content class would do. And it's English is fine. Which say okay. Okay, so as you can see, our project has been created here, and we also would be needing one project in the delivery server. So we just go here and we create one new project. I'll say test underscore prj. Okay, so our project is being created. So we have one test project here and one project here. We just change the project to test project. Okay, so our project has been changed as you can see here. So we'll go to Smart Tree and we'll create one folder, asset folder. Okay, so we're just going to create a asset folder here. So we just say create folder and give any asset folder. So for example, image, and this is a asset folder. Or we can say asset manager. Next, in the database or file system, for example, file system, we have one test asset folder created, and here I have saved one of the file uh, as a PDF. So we check if the data has been saved in this file. So you can see one test file is there. So that's perfect. Now we need to create a one content class. So we close this. And in the content class, before we create we need to create the structure, publishing target, and the publishing structure. So we'll create one delivery server publishing target. So ds target, and sorry, it's a delivery server. And we'll choose the DS connection, and as soon as we choose DS connection, we'll get the our test project that we've been created in the delivery server here. So, so we'll try again. So our connection is created, and we're gonna create a structure for the publication. So we create a delivery server folder. In the delivery server folder, you can name whatever you want to name. So for example, I'll say PDF folder. That folder should be present as the virtual directory PDF. So we say uh, it's a blob type because it's an asset. So we'll say the group should go inside the PDF folder. And we'll, after publishing, always replace, relieve, and releasing the page. We don't need to go any further because it's just about the main publication of the constraint. So we'll say OK here. Now we have one publication folder. Also, we need to create a content class. So we have one target, which is we set as default target. So this is our default target. We have one publication folder. We already set up with the delivery server. All we need a content class now. So we create a content class as in we can say foundation class, or and we create okay. in this foundation class, we'll create one element. So we'll say media element. So for example, PDF doc, and we'll attach media element to this one. So it's a media element next. And here you can say choose any of those options if you want to. For me, it doesn't matter. So I don't choose any. But I don't want to translate the uh, over the language variant, and so this is it. We play, we'll say OK. So we have one content class which has one of the media element. This media element will be containing will connect the PDF file, that is test PDF file, uh, which is already located in the asset folder. But before that, we need to include one of the header inside this content class. So I already have some code from the help file. We go to the help file. Session is expired, so we need to log off again. And we search in the dynament. So here we have import content, importing metadata. We scroll down and see if we have any example here. We have this example. We just all need to follow this example here. So all we need to just follow this example. I already have some code, so I already wrote those. So I'll come copy and paste in my template. So we'll press enter, and here's our code. This is the XML code. So our group is PDF underscore folder. This is blob type, and we need to set the file name. And so this will be set later. And here also we'll say PDF doc. So this is it. Our content class is created. Now we need to create the constraint. So we say create delivery server constraint. You can name whatever name you want to do. So test constraint, project dependent or independent, doesn't matter. We just click no delivery server found in the project settings. So we need to define the project settings. So we'll cancel this, go up general settings, edit, and scroll down the bottom, and here you will see text editor, publishing, delivery server, and this is the DS connection. Say OK. Now if we try again, we shouldn't get that error. So it's a test constraint, and you see all the project here, but we don't need to select any project. We select OK, and remember we created user attribute, and this is user, and we also created a group attribute. So these the two constraints we created in delivery server. That's why these are two are active, but rest of all is not active. So if you want to make them active, you have to go to server manager, and inside the rules you have to define here. So whatever you define here should be available in these constraint list here. So all we need to do is define here. So again, create constraint, test constraint, create constraint, and user constraint. We'll say this constraint we're using. So we'll say constraint contain all or contains any. Uh, Remember we have created the test group of this my test group. So we just check if this is working for us. So we'll say my test group group, and we press OK. I think the session has been out, but we'll try again. Okay, you see this one of the condition has been created. So we just test the expression one. As you see, there's a one expression here. So we just test the expression one and see if this is working correctly. That is working correctly. So we'll say OK. And our test constraint is being created. Now we just need to insert that constraint inside the our template. So we just close this all tag and we go to content class, foundation class. Okay, because we've been switching a lot, so this template is been locked. So we just go back again and server manager. I believe I need to log out and log in again. And edit template. And in the edit template, we just need to define the constraint in this here. And description could be any description you want. So that will appear, that I will show later where it will appear. So this is my test, this CRIP description. So we create one constraint. So we'll create constraint, my constraints, and in here we're gonna select the delivery server constraint. As soon as we press next, you will see the list of constraint here that we already created in the administrator project settings. So we just choose one of those, and we don't want to translate them anyway. So we say OK. So this is being connected here, and we have one of these our PDF media types. So we just need to create a page now. So go there, connect the page. So foundation 1 is fine. In the foundation 1, we just need to connect the document. So we say edit element content and we assign this test document to this media. As you can see here, we can see the full constraint as well. I select it contains any, so it should be contains any, but it doesn't matter because we are not testing it. So whatever would be as a syntax will as it is go there. So we submit the file to workflow. So this is done. We don't need anything to do here. This file is ready to publish, and we just need to create a workflow publishing structure. So package we define is publication package, and in this package we have two of those, so we don't need HTML. We delete this one, draft one, so we just need this one. So you should be connecting this only one target. So and this should be connecting with the PDF folder, and we'll connect this one to PDF folder as well. So both are connected to PDF folder. All we need to do now is just publish and see if we are able to see constraint in our PDF file. So we just go and say publish pages. So publish all pages, doesn't matter, we just publish it. In the publishing setting, we haven't changed things, so the file name might be coming longer, but that's okay. So the publish job is finished. We see the report. That seems like it's been published. Uh, so we go and check our delivery server project. So it's in the project. We have one project here. We have these two files here because I haven't assigned any name. So this is the GUID of the file came as a default behavior of delivery server, but we go to the property of the constraint. So we open the PDF file. It's a blob type, and we go to constraint, and we cannot see the constraint here because of some issue. We'll see what the issue is. So close it. Copy the folder name. Go back to the delivery server. In the setting, we go there and we choose to this option always replace page and always replace media, so then it can republish again. In our edit template, we'll see so if it's internal it's not working, we'll say external because sometimes it's doesn't work with internal. Uh, if the media is published after the publishing this file, so we try to publish again and see if we have the so media. Okay, so I found the problem. Problem was that I was publishing HTML and the PDF in the same folder where the HTML is the HTML type and the folder is PDF is a blob type. So I just delete those from delivery server now and we'll republish again and see if this work or not. So we go back again to uh, the management server. Here I created another folder which is HTML type, and the everything is same. I just connect the main published pages to HTML and images to PDF. And when I connect now to the publishing, so there's nothing changed inside the file. This is same as it was. It is external I'm using here because I have make content unique content. If it's not the unique content, then you would use internal. So I have made unique content, so that's why I'm using this up here external. Well, because I've switched, so a template has been gone missing again. We'll open again. So if it allow, yeah. So this is why I'm using external. If it's not content unique, then you should use internal. So we say cancel. We don't making any changes. We just publish the pages. Okay, and see how it goes. Seems like report is finished, so we'll check. This is 32. We have exact this one. Two of the pages being published. We'll go and check, refresh in delivery server. So we have two folder here. HTML doesn't contain any because it's a HTML XML. So we go to test PDF and see we have constraint or not. So we have constraint here. And this is our test description as we wrote in our uh, description section of our template, and this is our condition. So that's how it's been published here. So as we see here, that's the test description I wrote. So this is it, guys. If you have any further question, or if you want me to make any other video, then please write the comments and I will try to make those. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching for my video.